Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren, the filmmaker extraordinaire, and you might be wondering, why are we sitting on your closet floor? Well, read the title of the video, and that should tell you why.
I was kissing you with my eyes open, but you said keep them closed.
We are going to be going through a couple of my favorite brands and seeing how ethical they are using a website called Good On You. I picked 16 brands to go over. Now, they were not all listed on this website, so the ones that were not listed that we will not be going into and that I will just rattle out as though I would have looked into them would be Evan Picone, Social Tourist, Ellen Tracy, Our Riveter. That's it. So those were not listed. But the other ones were, so we're going to go through them and I will hold up an example piece of clothing for each one in case you don't know what the brand is or what they do. And yeah, let's just dive right into it. How we rate fashion brands. So the rating system works by the sustainability spin on everything from greenhouse gases and water use to worker safety and living wages. So it has to do with transparent data sources. So they use things like the Fashion Transparency Agency, CDB Climate Change and Water Security Projects, and certifications or accreditations like Fair Trade, Fair Wear Foundation, Cradle to Cradle, Okio-Tex, Made in Green, and the Global Organic Textile Standard, as well as whatever the brand publicly reports by themselves. The key issues they rate on are people, planet, and animals. So the people rating assesses brands' impact on workers across the supply chain. This includes policies and practices on child labor, forced labor, worker safety, freedom of association, gender equality, diversity, and payment of a living wage. We consider how well brands ensure that their policies are implemented, answering essential questions like, do they empower workers, have supportive supplier relationships, and conduct meaningful audits? Do their policies protect workers from the impacts of COVID-19 and public health crises? Are workers treated and compensated fairly? Do they avoid sourcing from areas with high risk of modern slavery, such as cotton from Xinjiang? Planet. The United Nations estimates that the fashion industry is responsible for 10% of global greenhouse gas emissions, and emissions are only one way that fashion production, consumption, and waste negatively affect the world around us. For the planet rating, we dig deep into brands' environmental policies to help you see through the pervasive greenwashing. We consider each brand's resource use and waste management, including the types of materials they use, the sustainability of their business model, their product durability, commitment to circularity, and their textile waste practices. We investigate their policies to address energy use and carbon emissions, impacts on water, biodiversity, microfiber pollution, deforestation, and chemical use and disposal. Then animals. Whether you're looking for cruelty-free and vegan fashion or simply concerned about animal welfare within fashion supply chain, pay attention to our animals rating. We consider brands' animal welfare policies and, when applicable, how well brands trace their animal products. We identify and mark down brands that use fur, angora, and exotic animal skin. We consider wool use, including molesing, and how the brand uses leather, down, and other animal materials. We also look to see whether the brand has made commitments to reduce the quantity of animal products and ensure that animal welfare policy has clear mechanisms of implementation. Within each of these areas, we also consider whether brands take positive steps, such as providing industry leadership on issues, or whether they engage in negative citizenship like lobbying against legislation to increase transparency or reduce harm. For the scale, it's great, good, it's a start, not good enough, and we avoid. So we avoid is basically brands are disclosing little to no information, and they may have ambiguous claims because they don't have a real impact, all the way to great, which would be these brands demonstrate leadership in all three areas. They are typically very transparent and have both strong policies and strong assurance to address the most material issues across their supply chain. So now we have a basic understanding of how this site works. We can go to our first brand, which is Lucky Brand Jeans. So I type it into the directory, and I already typed it into the directory because I was reassessing how I wanted to lay out this video while filming. Great. And we can see that it's rated not good enough, which means these brands disclose some information in one or more areas and consider some material issues, but do not yet adequately address the impacts across their supply chain. It has no recorded values, no certifications recorded. The big headliner is that Lucky Brand Jeans does not communicate sufficient information about its environmental or labor policies. The sustainability rating, 1 out of 5 for planet, 2 out of 5 for people, and 3 out of 5 for animals. Now this was pretty depressing for me because although I only own one pair of Lucky Brand jeans, it is one of my favorite pairs of jeans, and I it was like a big girl purchase for me because I bought them on Black Friday. They were on sale, but it was still expensive. So it was definitely a little disheartening to see that the brand is not really that reputable. And it's definitely a brand that I will not be buying from again, at least not directly. If I find them in a thrift store or something, I will totally pounce on it because it's not supporting that brand directly anymore. But I will no longer be purchasing from the store itself. Hollister. Now this may not surprise anybody that I love Hollister. Like a ton of my shirts are from Hollister. Show some pictures here, Lauren. I have jeans from Hollister, shorts from Hollister. I love Hollister. However, Hollister unfortunately is not ranked that high, as I'm sure you can all guess. Hollister is also rated not good enough. They have no values recorded, no certifications recorded. Their headliner is that Hollister is not taking adequate steps to ensure payment of a living wage for its workers, and they ranked 2 out of 5 on everything, planet, people, and animals. And this was also just like depressing for me because I own so much Hollister. I really like the clothes. They're on the more expensive side of like cheaper clothes, but I can afford them. Versus like this top was originally a Forever 21 top, but I got it at like a Goodwill. But anyways, beside the point. So Hollister is a brand that I would love to say will not be supporting in the future. But I think unfortunately I probably will be supporting in the future, even though it is the exact same rating as Lucky Brand jeans. The difference for me is like I just can't afford, when I need new clothes, I can't afford to always be buying some more expensive clothes, even though I am definitely trying. And when we get to some of the brands that are listed as good that I do like, because there are some, those were big purchases for me. Those are more expensive items of clothing that I really put thought into. Do I really want to buy this? Am I really going to wear it? And I think it's something that comes up because it's easy for people with a lot of money to shop ethically and sustainably, like new. I'm not talking about if we go thrifting or secondhand clothing. I'm talking about like brand new ethical clothing because it's often at a higher price point. And as someone who just graduated college and I have a lot of bills to pay, I'm trying not to buy new clothes like at all right now. Like I'm trying not to buy clothes. But if I do buy clothes, I can't afford to buy really expensive stuff. So it definitely seems like a tendency of me will be to go to stores like Hollister. So that was kind of like an off tangent about that. And yeah. So the next one is Mata Traders. Now you probably have no idea what this brand is, but I will demonstrate. I'll show a picture of this dress that I recently bought. Now this dress I had my eye on for months before I bought it. I told myself I was going to buy it when I got a job, and then I finally got a job. So I also only own one piece of Mata Traders. Now, excitingly, Mata Traders is rated good, which is these brands adopt policies and practices to manage multiple material issues across their supply chain and often demonstrate leadership in one or more areas. So it's definitely exciting to have a brand ranked good, and they have values of give back. This brand is cause driven, aiming to change the world for the better, or has a buy one, give one business model. And a value of fair trade. At least 50% of Mata Traders items are certified fair trade and produced by a fair trade certified producer organization, which receives a fair and stable price for its cotton. And then their certification is fair trade. So this fair trade standard aims to provide support for social, economic, and environmental development of small-scale farmers and completely prohibits forced labor and child labor. So that's good. Their headliner is quite positive. Mata Traders is a brand that is design-driven, merging modern, vibrant styles with fair trade practices. Now, they do receive a 2 out of 5 on the planet, but they received a 5 out of 5 for people and a 4 out of 5 for animals, which is why they're ranked higher up. So I was really excited about this because I spent a lot of money on this dress. It was a more expensive item. And to realize, okay, this is a good brand. I'm supporting a good brand who's like ethical and treats people well, made me feel like it was worth some more of the money to pay. So I think that was nice. But as I was just saying, I can't afford to do that all the time. This was like a purchase that I thought about for literally months on end before I bought it. Next would be Lulu's. Now, this is a brand I literally only have one item again, but I wanted to include it because I know more people may have Lulu's clothes, and I do really love the dress that I got from it. I wore it for graduation, and I had been considering getting some like cute matching pajama sets from the brand. However, when I looked them up on the website, I was a little dismayed because they are rated We Avoid, which is the bottom tier, bottom of the barrel, like the worst. They have no recorded values, no certifications, and Lulu's does not communicate sufficient information about its environmental and labor policies, rated a 1 out of 5 for planet, a 1 out of 5 for people, and literally rated a 0 out of 5 for animals. So that's pretty bad. I will no longer be planning on buying anything else from Lulu's. I'm happy with the dress that I bought. I will continue to wear it because I already paid for it. I already bought it. But I will not be supporting Lulu's in the future because it's a We Avoid. Like, not good enough. I can justify if it's something like, at least me personally right now, I can justify it if, like, financially it's what I can do. But We Avoid at this point in my life, I just can't do that right now because I'm trying to be a better person as best as I can. Next is Express. Now Express, I have a couple items from Express, and I think I have 2 dresses right now and a jacket from Express. And Express is also rated We Avoid with no values recorded, no certifications. And Express is not taking adequate steps to manage its greenhouse gas emissions. They received a 1 out of 5 on the planet, a 1 out of 5 for people, and a 2 out of 5 for animals. So as I was just saying, with We Avoid, it's bottom of the barrel. That is something that I am going to be now not supporting. I may have a gift card for Express that I will probably finish up that gift card value if I do have it. I cannot remember right now. But after that, I will no longer be buying from Express, which is sad to me in the sense that I do like the 2 dresses I have and I like the jacket that I own, and I will show pictures of those items. But I need to come up with some kind of standard for myself as a consumer. And I'm using this website to help me do that. Obviously, I'm not trying to force this website, I'm explaining how the website works, but I'm not trying to force you to use it or whatever. I'm just explaining how ethical my clothes are using this site and how I'm trying to be more ethical as a consumer with the clothing that I own. Then we have Docs or Dr. Martens. I will show this one just because it's right here. I love my Docs. Now, Docs are rated not good enough. They have no recorded values, no certifications, and Dr. Martens is not taking adequate steps to manage its greenhouse gas emissions. It got a 2 for the planet, 2 for a 2 for the planet, 2 for people, and 3 for animals. Now, I have 1 pair of Doc Martens, and I am considering getting a second pair. I probably still will consider that, but I am definitely going to look for like a similar brand that makes like similar style boots and see what they have. So the thing the website does have is nice is they do have similar brands like on the bottom. So I might go and see like this brand, Thesis has like good values and they make boots. So I will probably go through and see if I can afford one of those boots, for instance. So that's a nice thing about the website. So if there's a piece of clothing that you really you like that style, you can see if there's something similar that is supporting the planet, people, and animals. Then we have Aldo, which because I'm sitting with my shoes, I also only have 1 piece from Aldo. It's these boots. I wear them all the time. Love them. Now, Aldo is also rated not good enough. They have, again, no values, no certifications. Aldo is not taking adequate steps to eliminate hazardous chemicals in its supply chain, and they got a 2 out of 5 for planet, people, and animals. Now, Aldo is a brand that, although I love my boots, I could see deciding not to purchase from them in the future because their boots are a little more I don't want to say their boots are a little more like any boot looks like this sort of thing. Like I feel like I could get their kind of style boot anywhere. So yeah, versus like a Doc Marten has a kind of look to it that I would want to research and try to find a more similar style. Versus like this is a brown boot. Like I could get this brown boot anywhere. I just happen to get it from Aldo currently, if that makes sense. Then we have ASOS or ASOS. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. Now I have 1 piece from ASOS and I got it at a thrift store, but I still really love it, so I thought I would include it. Now they have no values rated, no certifications recorded, and they're rated not good enough. ASOS is not taking adequate steps to ensure payment of a living wage for its workers, and they got a 2 out of 5 for the planet, a 2 out of 5 for people, and a 3 out of 5 for animals. So I would say this is a brand that I will definitely be jumping on if I see it at a thrift store, any kind of secondhand shop, or if like a friend's giving it away. But I will not be purchasing it myself because a living wage is pretty a living wage is the bare minimum. So to not be providing that is unacceptable. Then we have Talbots, which is rated We Avoid. Now the only thing of Talbots that I own are actually these shorts that I'm currently wearing. I got these from my old roommate. I did not buy them myself. But in the future, I will not be buying anything from Talbots because they're rated We Avoid. No recorded values, no certifications recorded. And again, Talbots is not taking adequate steps to manage its greenhouse gas emissions. They're rated a 1 out of 5 for people, a 1 out of 5 for the planet, and 2 out of 5 for animals. Then we have Girlfriend Collective, which I am obsessed with my Girlfriend Collective clothing. That is rated good. And I did know that actually before I purchased them. Girlfriend Collective was how I got introduced to this website from one of my other roommates. So they're rated good. They have values of vegan. Girlfriend Collective states it is vegan or certified by PETA. It uses 0 animal products or byproducts like leather, wool, silk, cashmere, angora, and more. It is recycled materials. 50% or more of this brand's items are made using recycled, upcycled, natural, or synthetic fibers, including recycled cotton, nylon, or plastic. It has no certifications recorded. It's ranking of 4 out of 5 for planet, 4 out of 5 for people, and it is not applicable for animals because it uses no animal products at all. And their headliner is, Girlfriend Collective is an American activewear brand that makes its essential and timeless pieces out of recycled materials. I'll include some photos of me wearing my Girlfriend Collective clothing, living my best life. Girlfriend Collective is something where I'm definitely going to be buying again in the future when I have a little more money in my savings. I will absolutely be purchasing from them again. Their clothes make me feel good, and they're good on the environment. So it's like, they're good in general. It's a win-win. And if you really like Girlfriend Collective, I have a code for you if you want to use it. It is not sponsored. It's just like anyone can get a code from Girlfriend Collective. So, but I have one. It'll be linked down below if you want it. Then we next have Parade, which is a undergarment brand. And I have a couple items from them, and they are rated good, which was exciting to see. Their values are 1, recycled materials, which I just read, so I'm not going to reread that. And then they have a global recycled standard certification, which is a voluntary standard for products made of at least 20% recycled materials, ensuring they are not harmful for people and the environment. So they ranked 4 out of 5 for the planet, 3 out of 5 for people, and animals not applicable, because they don't have any products using any kind of animal product or byproduct. And their headline is, Parade is an American underwear brand that is working to rewrite the American underwear story so you are left feeling soft, breathable, and good for your body and the environment. I will probably be purchasing from them again in the future. I really enjoy the items that I do have from them. And it's good that they're ranked so nicely. They may not be great, they're just good. But considering that so many of the clothes I own are We Avoid or not good enough, to try to transition my items, the staples, to being good is, for me, a positive. The last brand we're going to look at is Victoria's Secret, because that is where I own pretty much all the bras that I wear are from Victoria's Secret. Now, they are rated not good enough. They have no values recorded, no certifications. 2 out of 5 for the planet, 2 out of 5 for people, not applicable for animals. And Victoria's Secret is not taking adequate steps to ensure payment of a living wage for its workers. Now, in the interest of transparency, I probably will be purchasing from Victoria's Secret again due to my chest size and smaller frame. It is hard for me to find bras that offer me support that I think look nice, that fit me, because I'm smaller but also bigger. So, yeah. I am looking for another bra company who can kind of accomplish those things. So if you know of a brand, would love to hear about it. Please let me know in the comments down below, and I will definitely look into that. And those wrap up my brands that I wanted to look into today. I hope this was interesting. I really encourage you to go look on the website yourself, see where your clothes kind of lie, what brands you enjoy, where they fall. Now, some of them won't be listed. And I also want to say, like, I'm not trying to demonize anyone who has clothes on the We Avoid list. I have a ton of clothes on the We Avoid and not good enough category. And it's not something to be like, oh my god, I gotta go burn these clothes now. I think it's just about trying to make more conscious choices moving forward in the future to have a more ethical wardrobe. With that being said, if you like this video, please give it a nice thumbs up, comment down below your thoughts. If you know any great brands, Please comment them down below for any item of clothing. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.
I guess I never